Much of the promotion for the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has focused on the sky. Link able to ascend to the Sky Islands by rewinding various objects, plus taken to the skies in handmade flying machines. However, as well as the skies, I believe we're going to explore a secret underground network of caves which could turn out to be the new shrines. Well, today I want to take a closer look at the potential for caves, check out the evidence so far from the trailers, look at the UI, plus also look closer at one of Link's new abilities that will allow us to escape from the caves quickly, and that is Ascend. But before we get into it today, let me know in the comments what you think about caves and the prospect of going underground in Tears of the Kingdom, and also let me know what you think of Link's new Ascend ability. So while many of the Tears of the Kingdom trailers have focused on Link in the sky, skydiving, exploring those sky islands and battling various Zonai constructs, there's also the prospect of expanding Hyrule below the ground as well as above it. One of the biggest criticisms of Tears of the Kingdom, one that I personally don't share, is that it looks like Breath of the Wild DLC. Now, the Sky Islands are going to be like a whole new map to explore above Hyrule, but I think Nintendo's going to surprise us all and reveal underground caves as well. And I think that is going to answer the crowd who think Tears of the Kingdom is going to be Breath of the Wild DLC, as we're going to have the Sky Islands to explore and also the underground as well. Well, looking all the way back at the very first trailer that we saw in 2019, Link and Zelda were seen exploring underground. There was an expansive underground area, and ultimately they found Ganondorf's corpse in what looks to be some kind of Malice battery. At the time, this is all we had to go on, and the rumour mill was swirling with theories that the new Legend of Zelda adventure would have a large portion of the game set underground. Well, given that most trailers since have focused on the Sky Islands or Link travelling across Hyrule, talk of the underground has settled down. But with that latest gameplay trailer reveal, theories of a secret underground cave network have surfaced once again. Well, we've seen Link in caves throughout the trailers, so in that E3 2021 trailer, we saw Link battling against an enemy attached to the wall with a flamethrower on his left arm. He's surrounded by rock and there's dirt on the floor, so there's evidence here to suggest that he's in a cave. Well, in the official trailer 2, we've got a couple of clues. First of all, Link is running away from a large Hinox, and then, later in that very same trailer, we see Link flinging an explosive with what looks to be a crafted weapon. Now, this is definitely underground, as you can see the stalactites hanging from the ceiling. Well, the recent gameplay reveal also showed us a fair amount of caves, which are going to work hand in hand with one of Link's new abilities, but I'll get to that in a minute. First of all, I want to have a look at the clues in the UI. So in the recent gameplay trailer, IG Aonuma showed off Link's new abilities, but it also showed off a fair amount of the UI, which gave away more details without Aonuma actually spelling it out. So we can see icons on the map which look like little doors, and some of them have a tick next to them, probably indicating that Link has completed these caves. So if these ticks do indicate the caves are complete, then it could be that these caves are the new shrines in Tears of the Kingdom. So we haven't seen shrines mentioned or shown yet in the trailers, and there's a reasonable amount of evidence to suggest the Zonai are going to be the providers of the technology in this game rather than the Sheikah. So Zelda has the Sheikah slate according to that promotional artwork, and it wouldn't make much sense for us to rediscover the shrines all over again, so we're going to need new locations to discover in Tears of the Kingdom, and caves fit that bill very, very nicely. When the gameplay trailer, Link goes into a huge cave to demonstrate one of his new abilities, and that is Ascend. So Ascend allows us to travel upwards through solid matter as long as there is a ceiling. This is demonstrated to us in a couple of ways in that trailer. First of all, through a relatively thin ceiling on what looks to be a ruined structure. Then, Link glides off that structure into a cave where a Zonai Ranger construct appears to be tending to some plants growing near the entrance. Link then ascends up into the ceiling through a good few meters of rock, appearing to swim through solid matter, It was a pretty jaw-dropping moment from that trailer, opening up a whole new world of possibilities when it comes to underground exploration and also puzzle solving. Link certainly spent a long time swimming through that solid matter. It's not entirely clear at the moment if there's a time limit associated with this. For example, in Breath of the Wild, when you're swimming, you use stamina. When you use Ultra Hand, we could see a battery icon appearing on the screen, and it also drains when the vehicles move, or the motors are turned on for the fans. I didn't see anything in the UI to indicate that Ascend would essentially run out, and that, to be honest, is a pretty scary thought. Ascend running out midway through ascending a large hill and being trapped in that dirt. My goodness me, I don't even want to think about it. In Breath of the Wild, we spent a lot of time climbing, walking, and running up hills and mountains. I think Nintendo wanted to make this process easier by allowing us to ascend, through the ground and up until we appear back on solid ground. Our new Ascend ability will allow us to escape caves quickly, and also find new pockets that maybe are otherwise hidden or inaccessible. So while Ascend is going to be very useful for getting up hills and maybe even mountains, it's the potential for puzzle solving that really gets me excited. If caves are going to be the new shrines, then they're going to be filled with environmental puzzles. So we had 120 shrines in Breath of the Wild, and one of the joys of the game was exploring, finding them, and then solving the puzzles with our rune abilities. So I've got a feeling that the combination of caves, Ascend, and other abilities like Recall are going to do the same all over again. So while I'm excited to explore these Sky Islands and skydive from great heights down to Hyrule, a secret underground network of caves gets me really hyped as well. Looking at the evidence that we've seen, I think that caves are going to play a major part in Tears of the Kingdom, and Ascend is going to help us travel to, from, and maybe even through them with a whole load of ease. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about the prospect of caves and underground areas being included in Tears of the Kingdom, and let me know what you think about Ascend. Well, that is it today for this look at caves in Tears of the Kingdom, and as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Legend of Zelda content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to Triforce Times. Or you can check me out on Twitter at Triforce Times. Well, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, you can check out all the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.